fast, die young.
Hello, this is a bit of an impromptu stream because I've been overwhelmed by the support that I've had for the channel last couple of days, and just had a phenomenal number of people just subscribe, which has been brilliant because I've been working on this channel for ages, trying to get over 1,000, and now I'm coming up to 2,000. So in a very short space of time, so I'm proper chuffed. And just really wanted to thank you. I know a lot of these people will be over the pond. So thank you from the land of the free and the home of the brave and all the people that have subscribed from that side. We've also got our fairly large British contingent, some people from Greece as well. So I just wanted to talk about a couple of things because we've actually dropped some content today. Yeah, Patrick, Drinker made me do it. Well, I'm one of Drinker's moderators. In fact, me and Lady Gravesmaster were the first two moderators for Drinker's channel. I have met Drinker in person several times, and I consider him a good mate. So it's really nice of him to do this, or to give it. He gave us a push, and that was lovely. I'm just going to tell you about some of the stuff that's on the channel, Patrick, because there will be some things on here that you'll like. Now, it's the wrong time for me to do this broadcast, and I haven't plugged it, so people will watch it later. So I want to keep this fairly concise and easy for people to have a good idea of what's on the channel. So we've kind of got sort of 5 different things, roughly. First of all, there's I do a weekly roundup unless I'm doing an interview. That is normally on a Wednesday between 8 or 9 o'clock GMT. So that'd be late afternoon if you're on the East Coast, or just getting up if you're on the West Coast. And that's like a weekly roundup of everything that I've seen. That could be films, it could be stuff on Netflix, it could be theatre. And I'll probably talk about 4 or 5 things. Sometimes I'll have a guest, sometimes I won't. Now, industry interviews are talking to people in the creative industries. So that can be writers, directors, it could be people in the music industry, it can be actors, cameramen, makeup artists, stuntmen. And we have had stuntmen on. We've had loads of different actors on. I've had some filmmakers on. I've got more coming. And we particularly give focus to indie filmmakers doing small projects, people doing comics, stuff like that. Big shout out to Ripper, who's done a phenomenal job with his comic, which I've ordered. Big shout out to Drunk 3PO, my man Jay, whose hat I've got on. He's just done an indie project for a children's book. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I'd love to support. Now, those guys have already got a big fan base, so they don't need my help. But if you've got something like that and your fan base is fairly small, but you've got a good product, something creative, something you've worked on personally that you're passionate about, we would love to help you. We would love to push it. We'd love to get you on as a guest. We'd love to talk about it. So tomorrow, for example, I've got an industry interview with 2 independent authors, both of whom self-published, but one of whom has been doing it for a while, has got 5 very successful books out, is I would say probably making a living at it. And then I've got someone who's much newer to it, my friend Shari, who's done 7 novellas and is sort of getting ready to embark on her first full-length novel. And of course, I'm a published writer myself, and I've also done several plays and screenplays. So tomorrow, it's an industry interview called Meet the Writers. If you go on the channel and you look at the other content, you will see a lot of other industry interviews with people in the creative interviews. I think industry, I think we got about 30 of them. There's certainly a lot. And we're getting more all the time. I'm always interested in speaking to actors particularly supporting, or character actors supporting the people that did the smaller roles but were jobbing actors, who've always been working, who've always been hard grafters. I would love to speak to those people. I've invited quite a few of them to come on, and hopefully, there'll be more as time goes on. I also do retro reviews. I'm a big movie buff. You've no idea how huge my movie collection is. It is huge. So we do retro reviews every so often. Sometimes it will be a live stream and we'll talk about it. And sometimes there'll just be a review that I'll record. I do some recent reviews occasionally. I did one for Maverick. I did one for Avatar, because they're two films I was both really keen to see. But I'm not going to go out there and review all the new films, because there's a lot of people that are doing that. So I'm going to focus more on genres or directors, or stuff that you maybe haven't seen. So, for example, we've got a live stream coming up where we're going to talk about the world of Yellowstone. I'm a massive Yellowstone fan. I'm a big fan of 1883. So I'm going to be doing a stream about that as part of the Yellowstone universe. So we'll be talking about 1883. We'll be talking about 1923. Nice to see you, David. Good morning or good evening, depending on where you are. David Macy, a regular supporter of us. So this video is to give you an idea of the content of the channel. So if you're just joining me now, you can go back and watch it from the start later. It will give you a bit of an overview of what's already on here. How the channel started was because myself and the other founder of the Outcasts Creative, we're both drama teachers. And one of us is a jobbing actor. That's Dickon. I'm a jobbing writer, director, and author. And together we ran a drama class called the Outcast Creative. Now, in lockdown, that all had to go online. And we started reading scripts online, first of all in private on Zoom, with actors from all over the world, because they got so popular. I think by about 6 weeks into the pandemic, we were doing 3 or 4 of these a week. And towards the end of the pandemic, we were doing like 5 of them a week. And the number of these script readings that we were doing was actually pushing me as a writer to write more scripts than I'd ever written before. So at one stage, I was writing about 22 pages a day of scripts. And then this led to us doing live performances on Zoom for some of those scripts that haven't actually been made into films or TV series. I think we've done 5 or 6 of those. And we also did a couple of Shakespeare's as well. So you can look around on the content of the channel, and you'll see a live performance of 13 Seconds in Kent State, which is 5 episodes, I think 4 or 5. You'll see Persecution, which is a mini-series about a British true story of true crime, an injustice that happened back in the late 90s. And then we have a couple of other things that are similar to that. I have been working on a script for absolutely ages that's loosely based on the firing of Gina Carano from the Star Wars franchise. Hello, Corey Cochran. I'm doing all right. I'm feeling a little bit ill, so I've got a bit of a a bit of a cough, sir. A little bit of a cough. Just giving you an overview to what's on the channel, and this is a thank you to all the new subscribers, and I'm assuming you're one of them. So I think we are going to do a live performance at some time this year. And that will be called The Tweet, and it's about a woman who gets fired from a well-known science fiction television franchise because she does a tweet which is deemed to be controversial and is all blown out of proportion. It's totally fictional, not based on anything real, honestly. So anyway, so I hope to do that before the end of the year. But the meat of the channel is stuff that I want to review, because this has always been my YouTube channel, but I kind of let it be used for performances during lockdown, and it kind of became the Outcast channel. Hi, Sir Clueless, how are you doing, sir? And taking it forward, I want to talk about the things I want to talk about, which is primarily older shows that I think are great, new shows that I think are great, people that work in the industry and supporting small creators who've got things going on. So if you've got a friend who's working on a graphic novel, if you've got a friend who's got a book series on Amazon, maybe it's a great book series, but no one's reading it, but it's great, you know, and he or she or whoever has got a great website, and, you know, but they just can't get traction. We're not a big channel, but we're growing. I'm happy to get these people on, and I'd still be happy to get these people on 2 years from now if the channels are uber big. These are the kinds of people I want to support. So wherever you are in your career, if you're a creative and you're passionate about what you do and you're creating something interesting, we want to support you. Okay. And if you're a creative who's working in the industry and you'd like to come and give us an interview, whatever level you're at, whether you're a background artist, whether you're James Cameron's assistant, they're probably all dead, I think, or whether you're, you know, Tim Thomerson, my favorite B-movie actor of all time, who is still alive. And I would love to get on here if I could get him on here. Anyone like that, I'd love to get you on the channel for an interview. So just to recap, tomorrow we've got an industry interview, but it's with people who write books. So if you're interested in writing books, or you've thought you've always wanted to write a book, we're going to talk about the self-publishing route and how it works and how much money you can make. I'm going to come at it from a plotting point of view, because plotting stories is what I'm all about. Assistant, yeah, exactly. And I would love to be able to help people with that. I know that my good buddy Drinker gets a lot of people asking him for writing advice and that kind of thing. And, you know, so if you want to hear about creative writing, we'll be here tomorrow doing that at 9 o'clock for about an hour to 90 minutes with a couple of budding independent writers who've got books out already that you can buy. Yeah. So we've now actually become monetized. I haven't quite sorted all of that stuff out yet. That's just in time for my really huge gas and electric bill that I cannot afford at this time. I want to give a mate of mine, John, a shout out, who literally just called me just before I did this live, and I've taken quite a few knocks, well, both in life and financially recently, and he just called up and is going to help out with a couple of things. So big, you know, just goes to show, man. And this is not someone who's a close friend of mine. Yeah, just goes to show that people can be kind sometimes. And when that kind of happens, when people go, "Here, let me help you," and you know, you don't really know that person that well, but it's a genuine offer of help. That really lifts you. That really restores your faith in humanity, that there are good people out there who want to help people, who want to make the world a better place, for not wanting to sound like a total hippie, but you know what I mean. So it's just nice when people do kind things to people, you know, because it doesn't happen a lot. So yeah, so look, guys, that's about it. Thanks for tuning in. There's a few people that popped in and out. It's really nice, and thanks for the for the little comments. Assistants who mysteriously went missing on the set of The Abyss should be a novel. That should be a historical fiction novel set on the set of The Abyss. And Cameron is bumping them off one at a time as the weeks go on. I'd read that. So look, I'm going to wrap this up now, but we are on tomorrow, and we've got a stream about the world of Yellowstone coming up. I think it's going to be in 2 weeks. The other thing I need to talk to you guys about before I go is the journey. So a long time ago, well, not that long ago, but in the 2010s, I made a feature film called The Journey. Here it is on Blu-ray. It's about people dealing with grief, so it's not the most commercial of films. It stars my good friend Jason Fleming, Duncan Powell from Rogue One, Mitchell Lewis from Rise of the Foot Soldier franchise, Valile Shalabla from Doctor Who, and others. Lindsay Colson from Bulletproof. It's a 2-hour film about people dealing with loss, and the making of that film. The film was a nightmare to make because we didn't have a lot of money, and we were filming in another country. We were filming predominantly in Greece, and a lot went wrong. And it's taken a really long time to get the film out, and we had some offers of like a release, but we realized that these offers were not from decent companies, and we would have got the shaft. But I really wanted people to see the film, so the film is going to be released on this channel on the 8th of March. But the making of the journey is out right now. It has just dropped on the channel today. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to release this, there's two actually. One is because I wanted to do something to say thank you for all the new subscribers coming to support the channel. So this is for you. You can now watch it. Well, you will be able to watch it in a couple of weeks on here for nothing. But you can always make a super chat donation if you really like it. I'm going to be doing a live stream about it, a watch party on the journey with Alex Tabrizi, one of the producers, and we're going to be talking about everything that went into making it and all the exciting adventures and highs and lows that we had. And then we're the making of you can watch now. So in preparation for that, you can watch the making of now. So right, that's it from me. I'm getting off. So look, guys, thanks very much for popping in. I know I've got a lot of new subs. There is some interesting content on the channel already, and there's a lot more coming your way. If you're a YouTuber and you've got a small channel and you're really into films and you're really into older movies, in particular older TV shows, you're a Jerry Anderson fan, I'd like to hear from you. If you want to come and do a co-hosting on a night, whether we're doing a weekly roundabout, whether we're doing a spot about Walter Hill films or whatever we're doing, if you've got your own channel and you'd like to come and co-host occasionally, I'd love to have you on. Got a few people that I do that with already, and I'm always willing to have more. So thanks very much for tuning in. Go and have a look at those things on the channel. You've got lots of things to choose from. And I'll see you all again real soon. Live tomorrow night at 9 o'clock.